Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the HRT ARC Belt. Let's jump right in.
Oh, that's amazing. Look at that fish. You.
A few weeks ago, HRT reached out to me, asked if I'd be willing to try and review their new ARC belt that they are releasing or have released and are going to be making a big push here soon. And being that I lost a lot of weight, I lost like probably 4 to 6 inches off of my waist. The belt that I was using did not fit anymore. It was too large without the ability to cinch it down any further. So I jumped at the opportunity to review this belt. Therefore, HRT did send me this belt for free. I did add a third pistol pouch. They sent 2 rifle pouches. They sent 2 pistol pouches. I bought the third, and I also bought that Cobra buckle because that's what I'm used to. I'm not military, I'm not law enforcement, I'm just a guy, I work in healthcare, but I am an amateur tactical athlete. I compete in the Patriot Games in the intermediate division. Nothing special, nothing to write home about, but I try my best. I do a lot of training, I do a lot of competing in my full kit. So that's belt, plate carrier, you know, we run, we lift weights and stuff like that. So I need something that is good. I need good quality stuff, and like I said, my other belt just doesn't fit anymore. So my first overall impressions when I got this belt was how light it is. Now there are certain things that are going to weigh the same regardless. It's your pistol and your magazines, but pistol pouches, the belt in and of itself, it makes a difference. I recently lost 3.5 pounds off of my plate carrier by switching plates. With this setup, these pouches and the belt, I'm losing about another maybe 1.5 to 2 pounds. And when you're running and doing all sorts of things, every ounce matters. And having 2 less pounds is huge, because you definitely feel it when you lighten up. So we'll talk about the belt. We'll head outside. I'll show you with it on and how you put it on and stuff like that, because I just can't do it here in the studio. And then we'll come back and talk about it. Let's take a look at the construction of the belt. This is the interior belt, and it's nothing super special. It's not overly rigid. It is very flexible. It moves with you. It has a G-hook on the front, which allows you to put it on pretty quickly, and then it adjusts here. I mean, pretty simple stuff. These are fairly standard across many different manufacturers. So you can use this alone to hold up your pants, or you can use it with the belt. I wouldn't really use this as its own EDC belt. It doesn't have that much rigidity that you could hold up great amounts of weight with just this belt. So moving on, this is how I have my belt set up. We've got the Cobra buckle in the front, and then we've got the pouches on the side. I've got 2 rifle and 3 pistol pouches. On the left side, my strong side, not the wrong side, my strong side, we've got my holster. It's a Safariland drop holster. There is nothing on the back. There's no sleeve that they make. I don't know if they've got something in the works for back there, but I've got a couple of suggestions. We'll get to that in just a second. This belt, this skeleton per se, is a polymer Tegris material, and you can see it's laser cut for the mounts. Now, when you put your belt on, there is the flap here, and the flap goes into this slot here so that there's nothing loose hanging out. Everything is in there, and even the front parts where these sleeves meet up and mount, there's nothing loose, and that's nothing to snag on and stuff like that. So really well thought out engineering there. So when we open this up, now I will say getting this belt together does take a little bit of time, not like hours and hours, but it'll take you a good hour or so to get this belt set up, especially doing it for the first time. But it's very adaptable to your size. It comes in 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. So no matter the size of you, you'll be able to fit it properly. So like I said, this is the laser cut Tegris material, and we're just going to look at this side for right now. So this is the sleeve on my weak side, my right side. And the way that this mounts is through some wings here. Now these wings, 1 and 2, are attached to this sleeve. It's not attached to the belt at all. So you squeeze them in from the other side and you put them through. And it is very, very secure. So I believe that the modularity of this belt is superb because you can add certain things and it'd be snug. It'd be right on there, no moving around whatsoever. So when you have your back, now this is great for sitting in a car all day if you're on patrol or whatnot. But if you need to carry a tourniquet, you got to put it somewhere, and you really can't put it on the back. You'd have to put it on your strong side because my weak side is full. There's no more molly on this side. So if they were to create a couple of products like a dump pouch or a tourniquet holder, maybe a first aid holder, a first aid kit holder, that would mount right to the back here, have it 2 across or however big, I think it'd be a fantastic option to really customize this belt the way that you want. So it's very, very durable. It's 500, 1000 laminated Denier Cordura, and it's very good. The retention on these pouches are very good as well. I mean, this stuff goes in and it doesn't come out. So let's go outside, we'll put it on, and we'll run around with it a little bit, and we'll go over it out there. Belt really looks, from afar, it really looks like any other belt. I got my pistol pouches and my rifle pouches over here. I have a firearm here on the left side. In the back, where there's no sleeve and it's just that Tegris material, it does move around just a little bit. Because there's no Velcro for it to attach to, it does move around a little bit. But in my experience so far with it, being that there's no weight back there, it doesn't have any extra weight that's going to bounce it all around. If I were to jump around and do what I normally do in competition, it really doesn't move that much. It's nice and solid. The Velcros stick together pretty well, and pretty happy with the retention that it has. In 2 of the Patriot Games, or 2 events in the Patriot Games, we had to start without our belt on. We had to start with it on the floor, wherever. We started one time with it right next to us, and then we started another time, we were like 50 yards away. So how fast can you get this belt on? Let's find out. It goes on pretty quickly. When you practice, it goes on and it stays on. It's pretty good. It's pretty comparable to my other belt. I haven't really gone over any of the cons of the belt so far, and I really don't have many. Like I mentioned earlier, I wish that there was a spot for a tourniquet. In the Patriot Games, we have to have a tourniquet on us at all times. Whenever you're shooting, you should have a tourniquet on you at all times, and there just really isn't a spot to put it. And I hope that they really take into consideration my suggestion for a tourniquet holder, for a dump pouch, for a first aid kit on the belt, and that would really complement the system very well. I also wish that this was maybe a little bit longer. I wish I had maybe 2 or 3 more mollies, 2 at minimum, on my weak side, so that I can maybe push these pouches back a little bit. We do a lot of up and down, we do a lot of squatting, bending down, lifting up, heavy things, and it's just a little far forward, and if I bend over in the wrong way, the pistol magazines definitely dig into my stomach, and if that was just a little bit further to the side, it would make it an absolutely bomb-proof belt for competition. Other than those 2 minor things, I think that they really knocked it out of the ballpark with this, and I'm not just saying that. I really do like this belt. I had a little bit of time to train with it. I haven't had a ton of time, but in the little bit of time that I have had to train with it, it performs better than my other belt. My other belt was very bulky. I had extra stuff on there, but it was thicker and it was heavier, and this is lighter and thinner, and it just makes for a better experience when we're doing all these heavy movements. So if I have to go run a mile, I'm really not going to feel it as much as my older belt because it's less cumbersome and it weighs less. And that's essentially what I want in a belt, a battle belt, a duty belt, whatever you want to call it, competition belt. The pouches are great. Oh, another con. So this was sent to me, but I did buy an additional pistol pouch. And if I have any suggestions or recommendations, it's buy all your pouches at once, because the chances of you getting pretty much more of the same pattern, the two pistol pouches and the 2 rifle pouches that were sent to me, the pattern differs slightly than the one that I bought. I mean, that's not a big deal. This thing's gonna get sweaty, it's gonna get dirty. But if you are somebody who is LARPing all the time and you want your stuff to be super nice, hey, buy them all at the same time. So I want to thank HRT for sending me this belt. Again, it really is a fantastic product. I look forward to using it in the Patriot Games. That's going to do it for this one. Like and subscribe. Check out the link in the description below. Don't make anything out of that, just promoting an awesome product. We'll see you in the next video.